Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cleveland Browns franchise. We're here at First Energy Stadium for our coverage of the Browns playing host to the Colts. It's week 5 and the beginning of division play for the Brownies. The Colts are coming off a 26-10 win over the visiting Broncos and would like to add to the win column here in Cleveland. Last week's win, the Browns had no problem with the G-men. The offense racked up over 400 yards and 15 first downs while scoring, well, a lot. The passing game was in top form as the Browns put up 300 yards in the air. The defense had an outstanding performance with Carlos Dansby being named the Defensive Player of the Week. The Colts, however, hope to stop all that nonsense and do some scoring of their own to go home with a win. They're much better on paper anyway than last season, coming in with a record of 3-1. They haven't had their bye week yet, so maybe an extra week of working together will help them. The Colts won the toss and elected to take the ball, and from the 17-yard line, the give is to Joseph Randle, and he's up the middle for almost a first down. 3rd and inches now. Randle gets the first down over the 30-yard line. Now Luck goes back to pass and decides to run, and he's got the first down over the 40-yard line to almost the 44. Luck hands off to Joseph Randle, and he has a nice gain up the middle for a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4. Luck back to pass, and it's complete. Daquan Bray tackled just outside the 35. 3rd and 8 now. Luck goes back to pass, and it's knocked away by Tashawn Gibson, and that brings on Travis Coons for a 53-yard field goal, and he sneaks it in the left side of the uprights. 3-0, and the Browns take over. Stafford rolls to his right and hits Hopkins over the 35 for a first down. Now on 2nd and 10, Stafford goes back to pass and is just about sacked, throwing that one into the line. Now Stafford rolls out and throws incomplete to Robert Turbin. So the Browns turn it back over to the Colts, and from the 21-yard line, Randle goes up the middle for a first down. Now on 2nd and 9, Luck goes back to pass, and it's almost intercepted by Brandon Spikes. Luck goes back to pass on 3rd and 9, and it's complete to Miller, but not a first down. That brings on Pat McAfee to try to pin the Browns deep. And can he do it? It's out of bounds just inside the 16-yard line. Stafford goes back to pass and throws complete to Jaron Hosley at the 39-yard line. He's proving quite handy on offense as well as defense. Now on 2nd and 5, Stafford rolls to his right and completes it to Barnage, and he's up the sideline out of bounds just inside the 35. Stafford again goes to Turbin, and it's a first down inside the 25. Now on 1st and 10 from the 22, Johnson goes up the middle, and it's a nice 9-yard carry. 2nd and 1. Give to Johnson again, and he's inside the 10. And Darius Butler is shaken up on the play, holding his chest. Let's find out what that was. 1st and goal for the Browns at the 6-yard line, and Duke Johnson gets nailed in the backfield. Big Henry Anderson comes through unblocked. That brings us to the end of the first quarter with your score 3-0 Indianapolis. On 3rd and goal, Stafford goes back to pass, rolls to his right, and completes it to Jack Doyle in the corner of the end zone. We have to take another look at that. If I'm not mistaken, that was a ricochet catch off the hands of Zach Bowman and Damian Stafford and into the arms of Jack Doyle. Wow, that gives the Browns the lead 7-3. And Andrew Luck gets taken down in the backfield by Paul Kruger. So on 2nd and 14, it's intercepted by Carlos Dansby. Not able to get to the end zone, but a second week in a row for an interception. And back to the 22-yard line. With the defense coming up big, the offense has the ball almost in the red zone already. Stafford hands off to Duke, running the left side, spinning and almost to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 4 from the 16. And Duke gets taken down in the backfield. That brings up 3rd down, and Stafford is sacked back at the 29-yard line. That brings on Kaimi Fairbairn for a 47-yard boot, and it's good. 10-3 is your score with the Browns on top. Luck gives to Randall, and he's taken down by Matt Shaughnessy in the backfield. 2nd and 11, Luck goes past. Oh, and he completed to T.Y. Hilton, and he's got the speed. 10, touchdown, Colts. On the replay, we see Joe Hayden kind of got turned around, and he dives and misses. And T.Y. Hilton goes all the way to the end zone. Now on 2nd and 7 for the Browns, Stafford is sacked back almost to the 20-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 11. Stafford back to pass and completes to Brashad Perriman for the 1st down almost to midfield from the 48-yard line. Stafford back to pass, and he's going long and incomplete. Knocked away by Dwight Lowry. 3rd and 10 now. Stafford rolls right, and it's complete to Mostert, and he's out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Now Duke Johnson spinning his way inside the 20. Jarrell Freeman appears to have injured his elbow. What is the deal with the Colts injuries? 3rd and 5 now. Stafford with an empty backfield, throws incomplete. So after another Fairbairn field goal, it's now 13-10. Browns. Philip Dorsett catches a 1st down pass out past the 35-yard line. Now Luck hands off to Joseph Randall, and he gets another 1st down. Now from just inside their own territory at midfield, Joseph Randall gets another one, and it's an 8-yard gain up the middle. Browns are having trouble containing this one, and Randall gets the 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning, with the Browns on top 13-10, with the Colts on the move. Now from the 39-yard line, Luck goes back to pass, and it's incomplete to Moncrief, broken up by Justin Gilbert. So on 2nd and 10, pass is complete to Moncrief to the 23-yard line. And now moving it well and in the hurry-up offense, Luck is in the backfield and passes incomplete, broken up again by Justin Gilbert. 2nd and 10. The give is to Joseph Randall up the middle, and he's inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And the hurry up again. 3rd and 5. Luck goes back to pass and completes it to Moncrief out of bounds inside the 5. 1st and goal from the 4. And Powell is taken down in the backfield at the 9-yard line. Justin Gilbert getting in there from his cornerback position. 2nd and goal. And he passes to the corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Fullback Jake Stoneburner gets a touchdown, working against strong safety Dante Whitner. And the score is 17-13 Colts. Stafford throws long and completes it to DeAndre Hopkins at the 36-yard line. Wow, seeing DeAndre Hopkins show off some of that speed. Stafford now rolls to his right and completes it to Jack Doyle, and he's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Now Stafford goes back to pass again, and it's incomplete, intended for Gary Barnage. Third down conversion coming up. Stafford is back to pass, and it's incomplete, knocked away by Darius Butler. So that brings on Ka'imi Fairbairn for a 31-yard field goal, and it's good. So that brings our score to 17-16. The Colts are still on top. Joseph Randle goes around the right side for a first down to the 30-yard line, and that brings us to halftime with your score 17-16, Indianapolis on top. This is a lot different for the Browns. They're not used to having come from behind to win the ball game. Sports writers have the Colts as a 12-point underdog in this game, but I don't think they know it. At least they aren't playing like it. The Colts seem to have a little more balanced attack than do the Browns, and their defense stiffens as the end zone approaches, so field goals have been the order of the first half for the Browns. Let's see if that changes in the second half. Welcome back to First Energy Stadium for our coverage of the second half of the Colts and Browns. The Browns need to kick it up a notch if they're going to take the lead in this one. Eurocat Baby is standing by with a coach report. So what did they have to say?
First, Coach Bettini told me that he is not surprised by the events of the first half, saying that the Colts have a real good team. He is a little concerned with two phases of the game, and they are the lack of execution on the offensive side of the ball and the defense's inability to stop the Colts at the line of scrimmage. He said the offensive issue is self-explanatory. They just need to execute better, but they have made a couple of changes in the defensive coverage to help them out. Coach Pagano said that he is pleased with the performance of his Colts, but that they need to keep up the intensity if they're going to win this ball game.
Eurocat Baby, did we get any word on the two injuries in the first half to the Colts defense?
I did, and with Darius Butler, he just had the wind knocked out and was back in after a couple of plays. And Jarrell Freeman bruised his left elbow when it got rolled on, but he's ready to play in the second half.
Thank you for that, and it's nice to hear that it wasn't serious. The Browns have it first here in the second half at the 25-yard line. The give is to Robert Turbin around the right side, and he's got lots of room inside the 50-yard line in Colt territory. Now Stafford goes back to pass and is sacked for a big 10-yard loss. Now with an empty backfield, Stafford decides to run the ball, and he's to the 50-yard line and takes a vicious hit. Oh my goodness. But he's still passing and passes long to DeAndre Hopkins. Finally tackled at the 12-yard line. Now Stafford hands up. No, it's a play fake. And it's complete to Gary Barnage at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3. Counter goes to Robert Turbin, and he's got in there for the touchdown. Nothing really too fancy. Turbin just saw a well-blocked lane and into the end zone. The Browns have taken the lead at 22-17, but they're going for 2 here. Stafford back to pass, and it's incomplete, broken up by Darius Butler. So it remains a 5-point lead for the Browns. Randall goes up the middle to the 31-yard for a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4, Luck is back to pass as all day and completes it to Randall out of the backfield for another first down. 2nd and 8. Luck Passes long, complete to Philip Dorsett. Now from the 25-yard line, Luck is sacked by Vernon Hargreaves back at the 30. 2nd and 15 now. Luck goes back to pass again. Randall is all alone on the sideline. Cleveland challenges the catch. And it looks to me like he was yes, he's well out of bounds. So they bring it back, and it's now 3rd and 15. Luck is hit as he throws into the grass. The pass goes. Carlos Dansby is injured on the play. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. That brings on Travis Coons for a 47-yarder and just sneaks it in the right side. That brings it to 22-20. Stafford goes across the middle to Benjamin, complete for an 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2. Johnson goes around the right side and has room to the 44-yard line. Stafford goes back to pass, rolls right, and hits DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, and he broke free and finally tackled at the 21-yard line. Stafford gives to Duke, and he's around the left side for a 9-yard pickup. 2nd and inches. Stafford gives to Mostert, and he's inside the 5-yard line for another first down. From the 4, it's 1st and goal, and it's a touchdown to Brashad Perriman. Perriman working against Darius Butler, has a nice little hook route, and it results in a touchdown. So now the Browns take a 2-score lead. And Andrew Luck gives off to Randall, and he's got lots of room on the left side past the 45-yard line. First down for the Colts. Up the middle again, and he's got another first down, but there's a penalty. They call center Jonathan Harrison for clipping, and it's 15 yards backwards. That brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter with the Browns 29 and the Colts 20. 1st and 19 after the penalty. Luck goes back to pass, and it's complete to Philip Dorsett just over the 45. 3rd down conversion for the Colts. 11 yards to go, and Moncrief makes the grab but just shy of the sticks. But the Colt offense is staying on the field, and it's a first down. Randall up the middle. Now from the 39-yard line, Luck goes back to pass, and it's complete to Moncrief for another first down at the 25-yard line. Now with the Colts in the eye, Luck goes back to pass, and he throws for the end zone, and it's knocked down by Tashawn Gibson. 2nd and 10. Luck goes back to pass, almost sacked in the backfield, but completes it to Moncrief just shy of the first down. Inches to go, and it's knocked down by Carlos Dansby. Almost had his 2nd interception. So on 4th down, Powell goes up the middle and gets the first down. Now at the 12-yard line, Randall is stuffed in the backfield. 3rd and 12, and Bray catches it at the 1-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal, Luck tries to run right and is sacked at the 7-yard line. 3rd down conversion. Luck fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Browns defense was completely faked out, and Luck is clear all the way to the end zone. That brings it back to a 2-point game, and Stafford on 1st and 10 hits Barnage for a long gain out to the 39-yard line. Stafford goes back to pass and completes it to Malcolm Johnson to midfield. 1st and 10. Stafford goes back to pass again, goes long, and Brashad Perriman into the end zone for the touchdown. Brashad Perriman showing off his speed as well, outrunning, the entire defense. catching that for another Browns score. That brings it back to another 2-score lead. And Luck gives off to Randall up the middle, and he's got solid yardage over the 30-yard line. 3rd and 4. Luck back to pass, and it's intercepted by J-Ron Hosley back to the 39-yard line. Looked like he was just playing center field there. And Andrew Luck throws a pick. 2nd and 7 for the Browns now. Stafford hands off to Duke, and he's got a 5-yard pickup to the 31 of the Colts. 3rd down conversion and 2 yards left to go. And they give this to Mostert, and he does not get it. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning with your score 36-27 Cleveland. Let's now go to Eurocat Baby for a sideline report.
They're definitely looking at the game footage to see what's going on here. They feel the pressure is getting to the O-line and forcing Andrew Luck into throwing the ball before he's ready. The Browns defense has really stepped it up in the 4th quarter, and the Colts are going to have to do something quick to right the ship.
Thank you, and you're right. The Cleveland Browns are clicking on all cylinders at the moment. That brings on Kaimi Fairbairn for a 47-yard field goal, and it's up, and it's through the uprights, 39-27, and the Colts now need 2 touchdowns. Luck goes back to pass, and it's intercepted by Raheem Moore, and he takes it inside the 15-yard line. Taking a look at that, he just stepped right in front of that pass, and maybe Andrew Luck is trying to make too many things happen all at once. Duke on 2nd and 8 takes it inside the 10-yard line. He scores! Touchdown! Browns. Nice little spin move here at the 7-yard line, and into the end zone he goes. That makes it a 19-point lead with a minute and a half to go. And Indianapolis has a false start. 2nd and 15 to start out inside their own 20-yard line, and a short pass is complete to Kobe Fleener. 3rd and 7. Luck back to pass, and it's intercepted by Deshaun Gibson, and he's back inside the 35-yard line. 2nd and 10. Johnson, did he ever get hit? And he is hurt on the play. But he held on to the ball. I thought he dropped that for sure. Now on 3rd and 11. Handoff is to Mostert, and he gets inside the 30, but not a first down. So Kaimi Fairbairn comes out for a 46-yard field goal and boots it through. 49-27. With 17 seconds left, Luck throws complete to T.Y. Hilton at the 37. Now Luck goes back to pass and throws long and incomplete for Dante Moncrief, broken up by J-Ron Hosley. 2nd and 10. Complete to Hilton for 9-yard pickup. 3-2-1, and the game is over. 49-27 is your score. The Browns are victorious here at home once again. What a 4th quarter here in Cleveland. Scoring from both teams made it exciting, but can you believe how the defense of the Browns just came alive? 3 interceptions led to a 20-point 4th quarter and a decisive win for the Browns. I thought that last week's 40-yard game was good, but the offense was able to put up 455 yards, and a Colt defense that was kind of stingy in the first half broke down as the second half progressed. The Browns must have tired the Colts out pounding the rock for 92 yards and passing for another 160. And get this, the Colts that had the #1 turnover margin had 4 turnovers in the game to the Browns' 0. Yet another game where the Browns didn't turn the ball over. Like I said, the defense just came alive. Matt Stafford had an outstanding 354 yards passing and 3 touchdowns through the air and passer rating of over 140. Although Duke Johnson didn't have a stellar day on the field, he did have a TD, and more importantly, he didn't fumble once, even though he got hit real hard a couple of times. The addition of DeAndre Hopkins and Brashad Perriman has made a huge impact to the receiving capabilities of this team. Although Hopkins didn't have any touchdowns today, he had 4 receptions for 120 yards, and well, Perriman made up for the lack of touchdowns with 2 of his own. This kid is just a touchdown machine. Joe Thomas had a big day. While he allowed a sack, he had 7 pancake blocks on the day. What a brute. The defense allowed some completions and rushing yards in the first half, but what a fourth quarter with 3 interceptions. Unfortunately, there was no repeat of last week's Player of the Week award. Those honors go to Russell Wilson and Trent Murphy. What's up next for the Browns? The Oakland Raiders come to town, and with them the number 5 total offense and number 2 passing defense in the league. The Browns' passing attack will certainly be put to the test in that game. With an offense that's on the rise with Derek Carr, Latavius Murray, Michael Crabtree, and Seth Roberts, we could see a lot of scoring. It'll be up to the Browns defense to come up big again. The Raider defense has a strong front 7 and have acquired standout free safety Earl Thomas III through free agency to shore up their defensive backfield. It'll be interesting to see how the Browns can move the ball against this lineup. Keep in mind that if you enjoyed this video, leave a like so that others can enjoy it as well. And if you would like to be notified when there is a new one, subscribe by clicking on my icon at the end of the video. It's been our pleasure to bring you coverage of the Indianapolis Colts playing the Cleveland Browns. And be with us in our next episode when the Browns take on Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders in First Energy Stadium. Until then, for Eurocat Baby, I'm Husker Eurocat saying so long for now, and have a good day, everyone.